Hey, Husker fans, Sam McKewon with the Omaha World-Herald and Husker Extra, and this is the 3 keys to Nebraska's game against UCLA. Okay, here we go. The Huskers are coming off a 21-17 loss to Ohio State, and now they play 2-5 UCLA. No excuses playing the Bruins. Nebraska has an opportunity to win its 6th game of the year and qualify for its first bowl since 2016. This is the game to do it. 2:30 in the afternoon. Weather will probably be a little rainy, but it'll be more than suitable to win a football game. UCLA has struggled many times this season running the ball. They've struggled to stop the pass. There's a lot of things that UCLA is not great at, and this is the moment. This is the moment that Nebraska has to seize if they're going to qualify for a bowl game. You leave it until the last 3 games after the bye week. USC, Wisconsin, Iowa, you're probably going to have to play better against one of those 3 teams than you'd have to play against UCLA. All right, let's get right into it. Our first key is Black Shirt Buffet, and here's what I mean by that. This is a game where the black shirt should be able to feast on UCLA's offense. First of all, UCLA is very one-dimensional on offense. They only carry the ball 25 times a game, and about 2 or 3 of those are sacks. So this offense doesn't even try to run the ball that much. If you slow them down early in the football game, you will be able to make them one-dimensional. In that way, they're very much like Colorado. And if you remember that game, Nebraska dominated Colorado really from start to finish, defense to Colorado's offense. I think they can do that again on Saturday. UCLA's got a quarterback in Ethan Garber. It's probably top half of the Big Ten when he's playing well. And they've got a couple of running backs that you got to worry about out of the backfield and a couple of tight ends. But at the end of the day, UCLA is the worst rushing offense in power conference football. And it is not a good enough passing offense to give Nebraska a major sweat. The Huskers should be able to eat with their pass rush. This should be a game where Nebraska's defense not only forces a couple of turnovers, but forces 6 or 7 punts, and it's not giving up too many points. Okay, the second key is cruising for a Bruin. What am I talking about when I say that? Well, in this particular game, I think there's an opportunity to isolate some of these UCLA defenders in the secondary and make a couple of plays against them. This is Dylan Raiola's opportunity against what's probably going to be one of the best run defenses he faces all year, but simultaneously a gettable pass defense that struggled against Minnesota, that struggled against woeful passing Rutgers. This is an opportunity for Dylan Raiola to make some plays against the defense. I do think UCLA's run defense is excellent, right? They have got 2 guys up front that are going to play in the NFL. They got a middle linebacker who's pretty darn good and a middle safety that's pretty good. They're really good up the middle, but they're not great on the flanks, and I do think Nebraska can make hay out there, whether it's Jamal Banks or Isaiah Nayor or Jalen Lloyd or maybe a little bit of Ja'Cory Barney or Janiron Bonner or maybe somebody else. A Carter Nelson might show up. I do think there's an opportunity for Nebraska to scheme up some pass plays and get that ball downfield. And when it comes time to run the ball, Nebraska's got to be able to commit to it and do a good job with it. I don't think they need to run for more than 110 yards against UCLA. I think that'd be a pretty good number, and that's kind of what I'm expecting here because I think the Huskers can throw for about 250. Okay, the final key here is get off, no let up, and here's what I mean by that. Nebraska's got to get off to a good start, and they should get off to a good start. There's going to be some opportunities, I think, early in this football game to take advantage of not only UCLA in long yardage situations or some other situation. Also, UCLA has one of the worst third down defenses in college football. It's the thing they don't do very well because they're not very good against the pass. And Nebraska's got a decent enough third down offense that they have to be able to make plays in this circumstance. And so I feel like Nebraska's got to get off to a good start. If they're able to get off to a good start and then they're able to keep that going, I think then you don't let up. This can't be a game where you get up 14-0 and you're like, all right, we're good. We don't have to do anything else. No, this is one of those games where Nebraska should try to pour it on. Make no doubt about that bowl berth. You don't want to go into the fourth quarter, right? This game's, 13-7, and everybody's a little nervous about getting that 6th win. You want to go into that fourth quarter up 21-3. That's what you want to do. You want to make it really, really hard for UCLA to make a major comeback in that game. You don't want to give them any openings. So get off to a good start. Don't let up late. Keep the foot on the gas. Well, I do think Nebraska, as a 7-point favorite, 6.5-point favorite this weekend, will get its 6th win and qualify for its first bowl since the 2016 season. I don't think it's going to be easy. I think UCLA's 2-5 record is a little deceptive given the teams that UCLA has played. It's played Indiana, It's played LSU, it's played Oregon, it's played Penn State, and it's played Minnesota. Those are the 5 losses, and I'll be honest with you, wouldn't surprise me if Nebraska in those scenarios was 3-4 against that schedule. But I do think Nebraska is the better football team here, and this game is at Memorial Stadium, and I do think the Husker fans will be juiced and excited for this one. Even if UCLA is coming off a bye week, I'll take the Huskers if they can follow the 3 keys. Okay, I'm Sam McKewo'n with the Omaha World-Herald and Husker Extra. Thanks, Husker fans.